Trackhouse has announced the first of Shane Van Gisbergen's primary sponsors in 2025 when he makes the transition to the full-time Cup Series role. The sponsorship will also be a part of Connor Zilisch, who, of course, has made select Xfinity and truck starts this year. He will be running full-time in the Xfinity Series for Junior Motorsports. Both will be driving the number 88 WeatherTech Camaros. That is right. WeatherTech staying with Shane Van Gisbergen. Of course, they sponsored him in the Xfinity Series for the majority of the year this year, along with a couple of Cup races. So we will once again see that car on Sundays on Shane Van Gisbergen's car. It's a very similar paint scheme to the 16 this year. Get yourself a good look at it. Nice and pretty. Big W on the hood. Hard to miss. Similar to this year's scheme. White base, red, blue, all that. Here's what the press release says. WeatherTech, takes major marketing position with Trackhouse. Will serve as primary sponsor for Van Gisbergen and Zilisch in 2025. WeatherTech, a company with a long history in motorsports and a familiar brand to race fans, will partner with two of the most visible drivers and teams in NASCAR for the 2025 season. Between Van Gisbergen in the Cup Series and Zilisch in the Xfinity Series, WeatherTech will be the featured sponsor in 36 NASCAR races in 2025. Then we have some quotes here from founder of WeatherTech, David McNeil. When I wanted to spread our WeatherTech racing wings and get involved in NASCAR racing, our research for the best team to partner with came down to Trackhouse because we share the common values of excellence and integrity along with their ingrained mantra of working hard to succeed and win. At WeatherTech, we couldn't be happier with how our first year has unfolded and are looking forward to a successful 2025 with Trackhouse. And then it goes on to say what WeatherTech is. They make not car parts, but the words they use is automotive accessories. So think floor mats in your car, cup holders, the little thing that holds your phone, stuff like that. WeatherTech has been in racing a long time and they understand what it takes to succeed in the marketplace as well as on the racetrack, said SVG. In fact, I have raced with the owner or the founder of WeatherTech, David McNeil's son, Cooper and IMSA. They have been a huge supporter of mine this year, and I'm looking forward to taking WeatherTech to the Cup Series in 2025. We both know there will be a huge learning curve, but we're ready for the challenge. It then goes on to describe SVG's journey, how he got to NASCAR, here's how we are, where we are right now. And then it goes on down to Connor Zilisch, and the quote from Zilisch is, WeatherTech has been part of racing ever since I started. WeatherTech has played such a significant role in the success of sports car racing in America, so I feel honored I can carry their brand to the Xfinity Series. Plus, I love the paint scheme and hope to have it near the front on Saturdays and then watch Shane on Sundays in 2025. So yes, WeatherTech is staying in NASCAR, staying with Shane Van Gisbergen, staying within the Trackhouse realm. Yes, they sponsored the number 97 Colleague racing machine this year and the number 16 Colleague racing machine, but it was only when Shane Van Gisbergen was in the car. The deal that Trackhouse has is they leased out Shane Van Gisbergen and some sponsorship as well. They funded Shane Van Gisbergen's ride at Colleague. So the sponsorships, the driver himself, that was all from Trackhouse. So now that they are promoting SVG up to the Cup Series team at Trackhouse itself, they're bringing in the sponsorship because they need that money, obviously. But WeatherTech, 36 races across two drivers. What that means is that I don't know what the exact split is, but it could be 18-18. We see WeatherTech on the hood for 18 races in the Cup Series for SVG. We see it for 18 races on the hood for Zilisch. It could be 25-11, 25 races for SVG, 11 for Zilisch. I really don't know what the split is, but across 36 races, so however many for Zilisch, however many for SVG, that means that WeatherTech will be the primary sponsor on the hood of the car in 2025. I'm assuming it's going to be the majority of the races for both drivers, depending on what other sponsorship comes in. We look at the sponsors this year for Shane Van Gisbergen. He brought over Quadlock, which is an Australian company, I believe. I'm assuming they're going to stick with him. We saw a couple of Trackhouse sponsors on the 97 this year. We saw WWX, I think it was, at Texas, I think. And then Focused Health, I think, was one of them, or Enhanced Health. That's also a Trackhouse sponsor. So we may see a one-off or a couple of races of a Trackhouse sponsor, but we also might see a couple of associate sponsors that take up a couple primaries in 2025, whether it's Quad Lock or someone else. But for now, what we do know is that WeatherTech will be the primary sponsor for a good chunk of Shane Van Gisbergen's 2025 NASCAR Cup Series rookie campaign. So you're going to see that car a lot. You're already used to the paint scheme. Well, get used to it more. You're going to see it a lot. So WeatherTech, obviously, as I said, they have invested a lot in racing. The IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Endurance Championship, I think, is the official name. But they sponsor a series. They've sponsored other things. So WeatherTech, they're an automobile. They're in the automobile industry. Obviously, they don't make cars, but as I said, they make car accessories. Being in NASCAR makes sense for them. And they're happy with how it's gone so far, sponsoring in NASCAR, sponsoring Shane Van Gisbergen. Well, that partnership is going to continue with WeatherTech, Trackhouse, Shane Van Gisbergen. And now we add Connor Zilisch to the fold. So the number 88 will have similar sponsorship across both series. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Any other news, I will let you guys know. We got Talladega, the NASCAR Cup Series, here in about 2.5, 3 hours. I can't really see my clock over there.